So I'm going to tell you guys where to go get the Bloodhound Fang, which is one of the weapons that I've had for the longest times in the game until I got the Godskin Peeler a little bit later, but I played with this for a very long time. So this weapon right here, it scales off of strength and dexterity, and it has a very good ability that is attached to it that is actually an ability that does damage and can help you dodge at the same time. So it's actually good for that, and it has a follow-up attack on that ability that you have. So it's pretty good. So the more points you'll put in strength and dexterity, the harder this weapon will hit. Do not put less points in dexterity than in strength to get this weapon to do a lot more damage, because the fact is dexterity governs a lot of things that are very essential in this game. It governs your fall damage, so the more dexterity you have, the more fall damage you can take, and also it's going to help you take more damage while you're on your mount, because your mount is going to have more health. And it actually helps you hit harder while you're on your mount, because there are some fights you need to fight on your mount. It's just better. So if ever you're having trouble with a boss, just try fighting it while you're on your mount, and maybe you'll succeed at defeating it. But the more points you have in dexterity, the better it is, because like I said, it increases the amount of damage that your mount can take before you get knocked off of it. And also, you'll hit harder while you're on your mount. The more dexterity you have, the better it is. So put the same amount of points you put in strength that you put in dexterity. That's what I recommend, because it's actually better just like that. And dexterity and strength also like increase your resistances against like blood loss and other stuff like that. So it's going to be good. And also dexterity governs your spell casting speed. So dexterity is very important in this game. So this is the location where the boss is. Now I'm going to Glock this boss using the ability that there is on the weapon. I'm running the Bloodhound Fang right now. I'm not even putting blood loss or anything on it. So what you do is you press L2, and after that you follow up with an R2, and it's going to do this move right here. Pay attention, I'm going to do it again. Second, boom. It's called the Bloodhound Finesse. It's really OP if you can land it. You just gotta time it right. It's a dodge attack that you do with L2, and it's also a follow-up attack that hits super hard. But if you lock on the target, sometimes if there's 2 or 3 enemies attacking you at the same time and you do this move at the right place, you just practice it a little bit, and you'll be able to kill all 3 enemies at the same time. It's pretty OP. So it says right here, skill, Bloodhound Finesse. So you do the Bloodhound Finesse, it does this dodge attack, and then it says it has a powerful follow-up attack. So it's the R2. Now, this weapon, as I said earlier, it scales off of strength and dexterity. Put enough points in both. It has innate blood loss to it, but you can also add even more blood loss or any type of damage you want with greases. You just grease it up. So if you're fighting an enemy that is weak to blood loss, you put blood loss grease on it, or if you are fighting an enemy that's weak to fire, you can put fire on it and do even more damage with it. So that's OP. If you kill Alexander, he'll give you a shard that will increase the damage of that ability and other skills that you use, but if you complete his quest completely at the end of the game, he'll give you a shard that will increase its damage even more, but by then, you should be running another weapon like the Godskin Peeler. So the best thing to do with this thing to do more damage, in my opinion, is putting more blood loss to it, because it already has some blood loss on it. So you're going to do even more blood loss damage, and you can do probably in 3 or 4 hits, you could probably prog the blood loss, which will make the person or the boss take more damage. But some bosses are immune to the blood loss status effect, so it's not very useful at that moment. So use a grease that the boss won't be immune to. You'll notice sometimes that the bosses are, let's say, blood loss bosses, and they take more damage to blood loss, like the Lord of Blood. So try things out, or you can just check online the boss you're fighting. But you know, this boss that I just killed right here was easy for me because I'm over leveled. So it's not going to be super easy if you're level 40 or 50, but you know, you'll be able to kill him after a few tries. Just dodge this move right here and you're good. So if you enjoyed this guide, subscribe to the channel if you want to help us out, because I upload other videos, many more videos to come.